Greetings, and welcome to this other edition of our 30 days marathon journey into discussing 30 important questions single must ask while dating or courting. And today we are discussing question number 10. Question number 10, what are your hobbies? What are your hobbies and your interests, and how do you see them fitting into a relationship? What are your hobbies and interests, and how do you see them fitting into a relationship? And if you have not watched the 9 previous episodes, I will crave your indulgence to get to my page, and then you get to my page and you're going to see all the previous episodes on my Facebook page or on the link to my YouTube channel, which I'm going to attach as a comment to this video. Excuse me. So, knowing the hobbies and interests of someone you are dating or courting is very, very important for various reasons. Reason number 1, it helps you to build connection. It helps you to build connections. Shared interests and hobbies provide common ground for building connection and fostering a sense of camaraderie. Engaging in activities together that both parties enjoy can strengthen the bond between you and create lasting memories. You know, sometimes people get into a relationship and they have opposing hobbies and opposing interests, and it's difficult for them to enjoy a time together. And that leads us to reason number 2, why it's important for you to know the hobbies and the interests of someone you are dating or courting. You want to check for quality time spending together. Quality time spending together. When you and the one you are dating have similar hobbies and interests, you would have something you enjoy together, and then it is going to contribute to you spending quality time together. Life is so stressful, and time again, it is needful to, relax and relax and recharge. And if you are dating someone or courting someone with similar hobbies and interests like yours, it is probable that you will be able to spend quality time together. So it allows you to plan activities that you both enjoy. And in this way, you are maximizing the quality of the time you spend together. And whether it's hiking or cooking, playing music, watching a favorite movie, shared hobbies can enhance the enjoyment of your time together. People have had to quarrel over just movies, and it brings tension and strains in their relationship. And that's why it's important that when you are dating or courting, if you find someone with similar hobbies and interests, it's going to go a long way in spicing your relationship. Though it's possible to make adjustments. That's what maturity calls for. It's possible to make adjustments, but you need to really check out to see, so that you will not be two individuals who come together and each of you is looking in a completely different direction when it comes to interest, when it comes to relaxation or hobbies, and that may bring a lot of tension into your marriage or into your relationship before you might be able to adjust to get a common point. Reason number 3, why it's important to know the hobbies and the interests of someone you are dating or courting. It helps to start conversation, or it helps as conversation starters. Knowing your partner's interest gives you a plethora of topics to discuss, which can especially be helpful during the early stages of dating. And when conversation stalls, it prevents awkward silences and helps keep the interaction engaging and lively. When you both share the same hobbies and the same interests, it is easy for you to discuss. You have something common to talk about. You have something common to discuss about. And when you are together, you don't have those experiences where you get to a moment where there is a silence and nobody has nothing to say because you don't share common interests or you don't share common hobbies. If I know my other person likes, this particular movie, or they enjoy sports, or they enjoy this show on TV, or this is their passion, they like doing this thing, it's easy for us to start a conversation on that topic. And sometimes you get into a relationship with people that you love things they don't like. And the moment you start talking about those things, it's like you are causing, they feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable. It's like you're creating an uncomfortable atmosphere for them, and they will find it difficult to flow. And that will be an issue if both of you don't adjust. If both of you don't adjust to see that you come to a point where you either tolerate each other to stay with their hobbies, or you build common hobbies together if you intend to, have a relationship that is going to be blissful and enjoyable. Knowing their hobbies and interests equally provides for learning opportunities. It provides for learning opportunities. So sharing hobbies allows both partners to learn from each other. You can introduce each other to new activities and perspectives, which can be enriching and expand your horizons as individuals and as a couple. Some people, of course, are very open to learning, and the fact that you might have different hobbies or different interests doesn't necessarily mean that you are incompatible. And this is a great asset. One of the greatest assets to find in anyone you are dating or courting is flexibility, empathy, someone who is able to look not only at their own interests, but also at your interests, and someone who is able to be flexible, to learn, to adjust to changes, and someone also who would want to think of your feelings, someone who will think of your interest, someone who will take your joy and your happiness into consideration. These people are most likely to adjust in a way so as to make you comfortable and relaxed in that relationship. It is also possible that even if you don't have the same hobbies or similar hobbies and interests, you could learn something new from the other person, and you adjust in order to fit, kind of create a situation where that person feels comfortable and you equally feel comfortable. And this sums it all in compatibility. And like I said, there are relationships have been strained just because of differences in hobbies and in interest. There are people who like to eat at home. There are others who like to eat in restaurants. This is very important to consider. And there are people who like going for movies night, and some people who don't like it at all. And it is important that when you get into a relationship, have this understanding, so you don't push it to a level and then you start realizing that you have two opposite people, opposing people with opposing interests, opposing hobbies, opposing visions, opposing goals in life. And before you know it, you end up in a wreck. And you will blame it to some other thing. But you need to ask serious questions at the beginning of your relationship. Why it is not necessary to have all the same hobbies, sharing some common interests can indicate compatibility. That's right. Provide a foundation for a fulfilling relationship. It can also help in planning dates and activities that both partners will enjoy. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to have exactly the same hobbies. I said earlier that one of the greatest assets you will need in someone you would want to spend the rest of your life with is adaptability, flexibility, teachability. Somebody who is able to change, flexible, and easy to, readjust to new situations. Those are the assets that you need in someone you want to spend the rest of your life with. There are some people who are very adamant to change. They don't want to accept anything new. They don't want to adjust to any new situations. They are so stereotyped, and what they know is what they think exists. And there is nothing you can do to help them adjust. And you can always know this kind of people. When they are in any little argument with you, they keep on defending their position so strongly without caring how you feel, without even listening to you, without even understanding what is going on. They are only bent on defending their positions, and they are doing nothing to understand what you are saying, and they will not do no compromise in whatever you discuss with them. And I don't think you want to spend your life with somebody who would never have you in consideration. When they think, when they plan, when they talk, when they do things, they want to satisfy themselves 100% and don't think of what you are going through or the emotions you are going through. So it's important to check for compatibility. Sure, you don't need someone who is 100% compatible with you because it doesn't exist anywhere. Yes, that's the reality of life. It doesn't exist anywhere. There are major things, and that is I'm going to discuss in one of these questions. There are major things you cannot tolerate, and there are certain things you can tolerate. So you think about this, and if your interests and hobbies fall in any of those areas, you need to understand that you might want to rethink that relationship and do something about it. And also, when you ask questions about the hobbies and the interests of the one you are dating or courting, you are looking for support and encouragement. And being aware of your partner's hobbies allows you to support and encourage them in their interests. That's one thing. Whether it's attending a sports game or cheering them at a performance or simply showing interest in their creative pursuits, your support can strengthen your relationship. When you know people's interests or the person you are dating, if you know their interest, you will now provide support and encouragement. And like I said earlier, marriage is not about you. It's not just about you. Relationship is not just about you. It's also about the other person. And if you have not come to that point in your life that you have space for another special person in your life, and you think you are too independent, that you don't have space for no one, you can do your things your way, and then nobody has a right to question you, you don't adjust to anything, you don't listen to anybody, then you are not ready for marriage. Because marriage is for people who are ready to adjust. So the fact that you might have differences in hobbies and interests doesn't necessarily mean that you should not continue with that relationship. It may provide you situations, where you have to provide support and encouragement to the other person as you both adjust together to either, I said, tolerate and let each person pursue their interests, or you adjust to something that is a shared value or shared interest or shared hobby between you both, or for the two of you, and that relationship is going to be enjoyable. And finally, you are looking for areas of personal growth, or you provide occasions for personal growth. Engaging in your partner's hobbies can also foster personal growth by exposing you to new experiences and challenges. It encourages you to step out of your comfort zone and develop new skills, which can be beneficial for individual growth and relationship dynamics. So learning is eternal. Learning is eternal. And when you interact with people, you learn. And knowing their hobbies and interests may help you to tap into their world, to understand what they understand, and be able to appreciate what they appreciate. And by this, you provide an opportunity for yourself to learn and grow. And it helps, because like I said, learning is eternal. It doesn't matter how much you know, we keep learning. And when you meet people, when you interact with people, you learn. Even when you go out just for relaxation, you learn. Sitting over a dinner, you learn. There are a lot of things you would learn when you tap into the hobbies and the interests of the other person. So it's important. Don't get into I've seen people quarrel over little things. Some quarrel over remote control in their house because this person wants this movie and the other person wants but the other movie. They don't share the same hobbies or the same interest. And sometimes it becomes very frustrating in marriage to understand that the husband is going this direction, the wife is going this direction. Nobody is willing to support the other person. Nobody is willing to follow the other person. Nobody is willing to invest in the other person. Nobody is willing to to provide environment for the other person to thrive. And they get into serious conflict. And these things could be checked while dating or courting, because there are many things, and this is my advice: you don't rush into any marriage. You don't kind of accelerate dating or accelerate courtship into getting into marriage just because others are marrying. You need time enough to be able to understand the other person, so that when you are saying, yes, I do, you really mean what you are saying and you really know what you are talking about. Because you cannot say, yes, I do to a total stranger. If not, you will be surprised in marriage. And even, when I say you need time enough, it doesn't mean you need 10 years, you need 5 years or 1 year. It all depends on how fast you are able to learn, how fast you are able to get the right information, how fast you are able to interact this person to the level that you are able to understand the things that you need. Because we as individuals, we're different. What I have as my don'ts or things I will not accept in relationship may not be what you will not accept. You may tolerate those things. So I'm working on an individual basis, and I'm able to check, are these the things I can accept? Are these the things I can bear or tolerate in relationship? Otherwise, if they are not, then I have to think. There are people who have hobbies. They just spend. Spending is their hobby. And you need to check that. If that is, what you want to go into. There are people that fashion or trends is their passion. They have hobbies of just following the trends. You dress as what in the way that is current. They do buy things that are trending, and some people just buy impulsively. They buy as a hobby. And you need to find out, is that what you want? Is that what you can tolerate? There are people, who don't plan nothing. They live day by day, and each morning they get up, they decide just anything to do. They don't give a direction to their life. You need to think as you want to consider that person for a relationship for life, because marriage is for life. So before you continue in that courtship, in that dating experience, ask important questions, ask serious questions, and join us as you register for our February-March training for singles. And when you register to the link I'm going to put here, or to you get to me on WhatsApp, I'm going to give you details about the ongoing training. God bless you, and see you in episode 11. This has been your friend, Pastor Divine. Shalom.